All right, we're live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family. Welcome to another episode of Real Talk with Ian and Ian. We're just so excited. I am extremely happy because I have two of my all-time favorite here in the studio. So I don't know how to introduce them, so I'm going to hand it over to Ian. Maybe he'll do a better job, and then I'll feel better.
What a way he turned on the challenge on me already. Anyway, so I just want to say to everyone or viewers from across the world, wherever you guys may be watching from tonight, I just know tonight is just gonna be a fun night. Reason being, we have two fun people in the house tonight. We have Kayla, we have Jade. They're both twin, you know, and we are happy to have them on the program. They will share in a part of the history of this Ian and Ian to be the first twin to be on the platform. And we're just happy to have them here, which they're gonna share their story and just to know that they're athletes, you know, they also play basketball, volleyball. From what I know, this is the first time we're actually exchanging a conversation. So I'm the only one in the dark here, but I am just so happy to have them on. Have someone who can bring value in terms of inspiring somebody else. Educate, motivate, and uplift. And the thing, I just have trust and belief in Ian, my brother from another mother, who you would say. If he say, guess what, they're able to bring value, I say, bring it on. So tonight we just want to say welcome Kayla and Jade to the platform, Ian and Ian. We're happy to have you guys on.
Thanks for having us.
Excited to be here. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna just get right into it. Again, I'm welcoming you guys to the platform. I'm really looking forward to learn a few more things about you guys that you might not share or we talk about. But it's always interested, and maybe I'll be able to share something with you guys also. But the fascinating thing about you guys, obviously, yeah, we met a couple of years ago, probably about 5 years, and just seeing your guys' journey, into the professional rank. But we're just going to go all the way back. We're just going to start with a little bit about the history of you guys, how you get into track and field, and then what was the whole inspiration and the whole motivation behind you doing track. So I'm going to start out with any, many, minor, more. I'm trying to figure out how to start. I'm gonna start out with Kayla. So Kayla, um, welcome to the platform, and obviously we're gonna, talk a little bit about when exactly and how did you exactly, if you could remember. I know it's a long time, but tell us when did you exactly decided that you want to run track and field, and how it all started.
So when Jade and I were younger, we used to do whatever sports our brother was doing us. And I guess we saw him do track his freshman year, so we would have been in sixth grade. And the year after that, we started like running. And it like since seventh grade, we've always done track. I think really it's because we try to model our behavior off of him and just be mini Brug John. I mean, there wasn't really like I can't think of a meet. It was just the fact that my brother did track. So I thought, well, I have to do track now too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, something that I didn't realize that your big brother was a track star, and you guys were trying to right behind him, just trying to emulate him. So so we want to give a shout out to your brother John, and thank you. We want to thank John for the inspiration.
We had to do
all
it.
that you have done for you guys, and I'm sure that he's very proud, of everything that you guys have accomplished and will be accomplishing in the future. So John, started all out in back then, and you guys was able to move on to college. So just tell us a little bit, Jay. Just tell us a little bit about some of your accomplishment in high school. I'm assuming that you guys started the same time, so I'm not going to ask you that question. Just tell us a little bit about a few of your accomplishment in high school. Before just to get a background information about this. Where did you went to high school and how a little bit.
We went to high school, longer high school. And so unfortunately for me, I was always hurt. Is there like a weird echo?
Yeah. Is there anything in the background? Any other feed running?
Maybe you should. Well, but it's not doing it for me. Here, maybe we'll switch this over a little bit. Is that better?
Yes.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
We went to Mid Park High School. It's no longer in existence, unfortunately. Sadly for me, I was hurt a lot in high school. So for me, I more so shined in indoor season when I was coming from basketball. So I do like a basketball, and then later on I traveled to a track meet that same weekend. So for indoor season, I was state champ for the 60 hurdles and the 400, but then by outdoor, I was hurt. Kaila shined outdoor season. We didn't start hurdling. I think I was 16 and she was 17. It was just something to try, and our coaches were afraid we would get hurt because I was always hurt by having us hurdle, but we were very stubborn about it. And I decided for both of us we were going to be state champs for hurdles, so we started hurdling.
All right, great start. Get me one more question before I get over to Ian. So Kayla, you guys, how did the decision? I mean, just tell us a little bit. How did you guys end up at Notre Dame? And what other school? Was there anybody else on the table? I mean, why did you guys choose to go to Notre Dame?
So when we were looking at colleges, we both actually visited separate colleges. So I went to Purdue, I looked at Ohio State, and there are a few others, and I don't know where you had looked at, but the only schools we had in common were Harvard, Columbia, and that was it. Notre Dame was like, the coach reached out to our dad, and it was a last minute decision, so we just drove there.
Look like we're having a little delay, Ian. Okay, we lost you for a little bit.
Did I cut out at all?
Yeah, we lost you for a few seconds.
What's the last thing you heard?
That was a last minute decision.
Yeah, so a last minute decision. We drove to Notre Dame to visit. Both really liked the campus. Oh no, what happened to everyone?
No, you're fine.
Oh, okay. And I don't know, 2 weeks later, Jade signed with them, and then 2 weeks later, I think I had signed with them.
There was more to it than that. We had already committed. We had verbally committed to Columbia, but we didn't want to be in the city. And that's why we took the last minute trip out to Notre Dame. And then we noticed right away there was a difference in the atmosphere because there were more Black athletes on Notre Dame's track team compared to Columbia, which is saying a lot because Notre Dame's undergrad's only 3%. Just happy to be around other minorities, which really helped us change our minds about going to Columbia. We just wanted to be more comfortable and feel at home.
All right. Yep, I gotta hold some of my questions. Over to you, Ian.
Okay, Kaila and Jade. Again, we just want to say thanks for being here. And as we start off with the athletic career, I know your brother would be the first person to basically inspire you guys to take up your track shoes. But once you guys had picked up your track shoes and decided, okay, we're gonna start running, you know, did you guys have any other role model that you guys looked up to as you guys continue to excel in the sports?
Something we really had fun doing. But in college, we were inspired by our college track coach, Alan Turner. He was a 27-foot long jumper, and then he would split 45 in the 4x4, and that's who we had coaching us. So he would talk about his past and things he had accomplished, and we really looked up to him and wanted to be like him. So we worked extra hard at practice because of him.
Okay. All right. So, you know, I'm going to have Ian ask a lot of the athletics question. And so what I want you guys to know, even the viewers to know, is that, you know, when it comes on to twin, my mother was a twin. So, you know, and I was hoping that probably my first child, you know, would be like a twin. You know, we are like it's in the family because I just love twins. You know, it's just like it would be much easier all at once, two kids and all that. You know, I know I'm not the only one who look at it that way. You know, to just have two kids one time, look alike. You know, and so forth. So really, before I even get into this, because my mother, I would have talked to her and kind of feel her out to see some of the things that she liked and things that she didn't like about being a twin. And before I get into it, I don't want to cross this barrier. You know, I'm gonna ask you guys, what are like one are two of the most annoying questions you guys been asked as being a twin? You know, just like every time people ask me this question, why?
A lot of
But I was
it
gonna say,
never fails. Everyone wants to know who's faster, even though we don't normally do the same event. That's like the first question people ask.
or they'll be like, well, how about in, they'll pick a random distance. Well, how about in like the mile? Who's faster? So, yeah. Growing up, it was who's smarter. That was a big one. So who's faster and who's smarter? Those are the two.
All right, since you're on that, and I'm not gonna ask you guys who is smarter. I'm not gonna ask you who is who is faster. So if you don't want to go down there, I let him get in trouble there. Okay, but a question I want to ask is that you know my mother she told me her sister was the most beautiful of them, both of them. She was the most beautiful, and she also told me that her sister was also the smartest. So I learned something from my mother right there. But she told me something was kind of crazy. Um, as twin growing up, she said her sister was able to wear like every clothes she had. It's okay. And with her sister, she could not touch her clothes. Is that like anything here? No, no problem.
Okay, so I'm really big onto clothes. I love dresses. And somehow, someone and my mom, her and my mom both end up in my clothes.
Borrow her clothes, but I return them. If she borrows clothes, you never see them again. You'll be doing laundry or like, oh, I'll offer to help fold her some of her clothes. Rarely do I do that. But in the rare chance that I do, then I find something of mine. Because if she loses something, she just grabs whatever, becomes hers. Even if my name's written in it. It's just yeah. That's clothes that they pay. Yes, it is.
I'm so happy that I talked to my mom earlier. And this is a good thing about it. These are just the fun stuff. You know, as kids, you know, we realize different people, we take on different personality. And that's just life. You know, no two people, I believe, is the same. And even as twin, I don't think you're the same. You may look alike. And so the viewers may know you guys are not identical twin. But for me, for the first time, if Kayla wasn't wearing her orange, and I write it down on my paper here, and the name wasn't on that side, I probably would have a challenge to tell who is who. So that's a good thing. So, but really and truly, identical twins, could have a lot of things going on. And one thing I know identical twin used to do is prank, in that we never know who is who. Do you guys ever had to do that? Have you done that before?
Was sixth grade, we had a substitute teacher. A substitute teacher is just like one class we switched so that I don't know. I didn't have to do English or something, and she wouldn't have to do math. But otherwise, I mean, we look different enough that if you've seen us before, you can probably
The school we went to, they separated us to different classes on purpose so that we couldn't do twin stuff. They did it on purpose. So
Okay, so I'm gonna leave some of the fun stuff for later, but I'll be coming back along that line, just because of my mom there. So Ian, back to you there, man.
All right, all right. Well, thank you. Yeah, so I'm going to go back to the track and field thing in college. Just trying to follow the path before we go too far. I don't want to skip anything out. So let's talk a little bit about college. So you guys finally decide the last 2 weeks that you're going to go to Notre Dame. And, you got there, and then, you met your coach, Alan Turner, and he just become a big inspiration, just, for all that he accomplished, and, all of that. So let's talk about a few of the accomplishment. We know that, you guys competed. I'm going to say you didn't do cross country, but you do indoor and outdoor track. So let's talk about the freshman year. How was the transition being from high school, going to college, and just being away from your family, being away, I'm assuming mom and dad and John and all that. How was that first year like? How was the transition into college?
well, the hardest part was do that again. Is that better?
Yeah.
I don't know. You talk though. Sorry, it's like
Yeah.
making a little feedback.
Yeah.
Okay. So the hardest part freshman year would be track practice. Going from only having to run like a few hundred meters at practice in high school to all of a sudden being told we have was a huge adjustment for us. So, and then being told that the times we ran in high school were great, but we need to be able to run basically faster than that at every meet.
Okay. So obviously there was a little different expectation when you get to college in terms of what was expected from you. So yeah, college. So in terms of your college life, how was not being able to eat mom's food, dinner, and all that stuff? How was the adjustment with the college life away from the track and field?
You know, oh, tough. Our parents weren't the best of cooks, so it was kind of nice to have other things to eat. Great. Um, and I think we really so this is I used to hate phone calls, but I started calling my grandma a lot back and forth, and my dad was okay. I think the hardest thing besides track practice was trying to figure out like how much I needed to study in order to be successful, because the classes were completely different and the science stuff just really kicked my butt the first semester. Really bad.
All right. All right. So just tell us a little bit about how was your first year? Did your times get better? How did your first year experience go in terms of improving? Did you guys accomplish anything? Breaking the records or doing anything first year?
Okay. So, once again, I was hurt for most of freshman year because that was the theme for part of my life. But Kayla, they decided to have her do the 60 hurdles indoor, which for her, she was not pleased. She kept telling our coach that she's a 400 hurdler. I heard that so many times. But then she breaks the school record in the 60 hurdles. So our coach told her she needed to stop saying she was a 400 hurdler because she was going to be a 400 hurdler and a 60 hurdler. But then outdoor season rolled around and Kayla did the 100 hurdles for the first time. She ran, I think you went like
Yeah.
3, and then I dropped my time from the 100 hurdles by like a whole second. So we were really happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like people PR, and it was like, but that's how, like that was the PR that we were getting. So it was a really big improvement our freshman year.
Okay. All right.
I went to the World Junior Championship the summer after my freshman year in the 400 hurdles. That was when I went.
That's what it was? Yeah. Oh, okay.
All right. So I guess we'll talk about that. Over to you, Ian.
Well, I don't know how to do this, but between Kayla and Jade, I'm just looking as I pick up stuff. You guys kind of look at each other. Who answers first? Who go first? Is it that at times you guys accidentally start answering the same question at the same time?
Yeah.
That's why we have to look at each other because we will just start to answer, and sometimes we'll say the same thing. So we just first.
In saying that, before I ask the question, you guys probably could check. Probably I don't know if your phone is going between Wi-Fi and your own internet service, because sometimes we lose you a little bit, then you're back in again. But next question is gonna be coming up. Is oh boy, let me get this. Special bond. Can you just say you guys answered at the same time, probably the same thing? What special bond exists between both of you guys?
I don't know if there's a special bond, but we've managed to live together without hurting the other one for 27. That's pretty special. Makes mom happy that we still live together. I don't know, we're pretty similar. Can do our own thing.
I appreciate the fact that we get along well enough that we travel together, because that makes all the difference in the world when you have someone to travel with you.
That's a great experience.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we consider ourselves best friends, but we also have the same best friend that's not each other, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. All right. I think both of you seem like you guys take on similar identity. Same friend, same thing. But at any point, did you guys just like, man, I would need my own identity? Because people on the outside tend to just class twins as like you're one. You know, like you should dress alike, you look alike, you should talk alike, you should do things similar. But is at any point you guys like wanted like your own identity as a twin?
I guess going into, I didn't necessarily want my own identity. So going into college, I tried to go to different schools and I decommitted from Columbia. I didn't want to go to school with her, but it worked out that we did. As for identity, we have to make a point every day to ask the other person what they're wearing to practice, so we don't wear the same clothes, because it makes it easier for people to tell us apart who are like newer to the team. But I don't mind. Do you?
I don't. I mean, right now nobody sees us because of COVID, but
because we don't mind.
Yeah,
we don't mind.
Okay, and that's another question. As kids growing up, did you guys used to like dress alike or no?
Our grandma used to buy us matching clothes, and we would always wear the same thing, and our hair was done the same way. But I was a little bit bigger than Jade, so that people could still tell that we were different, but we at least had the same outfit.
She was several inches taller.
Yeah,
Was.
still taller.
Okay. All right, back to you there, Ian.
No,
Very interesting stuff here.
no, back to you.
He's like, man, I just want to sit back here and just listen in, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so that was interesting to her. You know, your freshman year, you actually made it to the World Junior. I want to bring you back to that, Kayla. I know it's going to be a long time, so I apologize in advance. I'm going to show a video of you back then. It's going to be a long time, but I believe you look the same, so it's so. But anyway, we're going to share your it's a post race interview.
Oh no. I'm starting to sweat.
I'm excited to see young Kayla.
Young Kayla, all right, let's see her.
I don't even know what this
Is it working?
Kayla is like, I'm bracing myself for this one. You know?
Yeah.
There was one point when Coach Turner pulled me aside and was like, Kayla, if you get another interview and you're huffing and puffing, he gave me this whole thing about how I'm supposed to act during interviews. And I don't know if this was before or after that was.
It's,
Told you to make. Told us to do her hair.
You're gonna get away, Kayla.
Yeah, it look like you might get away, Kayla. You might have to come back to it.
Really?
I am.
Oh boy, you're saved by the bell.
I know that there were a few interviews that I did that were really
Yeah.
awful. Yes.
Yeah.
Boy, Jade, I hope you don't laugh at Kayla very often. Because you look like you can laugh a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like you're gonna miss it for right now. Let me exit back out of this, but it was ready to go. And, yeah.
Yeah, put that spell. Yeah. Go.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, back to you, Ian, for now.
All right. We gotta give Ian a little a little break here. But quick question, guys. What is the most complicated thing about being a twin? You know, what's complicated about it?
Going to a track meet and we find out that only one of us is entering the meet because they've combined us as one person.
Ooh. Wow. So now, when that happens, I know that may take a while to sort out. Who decide who's gonna run?
It depends on the 400 hurdle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all her. If Jade Barber's entered in the 400, you best believe. It doesn't happen too many times though, but it's a bummer when it does because we're really excited to race and.
That was like, I think it was a few years ago. So there was and people sometimes confuse us with them. We don't look alike, but because we have the same last name and we're twins, people are like, oh my gosh, you can't have more than one person with the last name of Barber. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, where did Ian go? Ian without E.
One Ian went out. He went shopping for that video, guys.
He's going to find it. When he first did the interview, I was afraid that it was going to be an interview I had at Ohio State because that interview was crazy. It wasn't crazy. I was just very tired.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now I'm gonna ask the question: Who likes to be before the camera?
All the time. FaceTiming though. Love FaceTimes, but like to just be in front of the camera, no.
I think I only go in front of the camera if she's with me. I don't know. I feel like really comfortable when she's around.
So cool.
We'll go with that.
I think you guys are amazing together. I think that's it. All right. So back to the track and field. You know, since Ian is out, I'll ask a few questions here. In terms of track and field, I know one of you guys said a little injury. Jade, you suffered a few injuries, but other than those injuries, what are some of the challenges that you really face to really be your best self on that field?
I think one of the biggest challenges would be myself having to motivate every fall when it's fall training and I have to get out there and run 300 meters or longer, and I know how much it's going to hurt. Be the biggest thing. Or if I know it's a hard sprint day and my body's achy from lift.
In track for the majority of athletes is being able to be mentally strong, because if you think about it, you don't have to do your best every practice, but if you don't mentally try, then you're practicing not to be there on race day. You have to be there on race day.
If you're giving a good effort at practice, the best effort you can give at a meet is just good. So if you want to be excellent, you have to be excellent pretty much every single day at practice, whether it's effort, technique, motivation. So yeah, that's really hard.
Just mentally being there every day. That's the hard. Oh, hi, you're back.
All right.
Something Kaila sent something over to just like my computer froze up when I was trying to share a video.
Kaila, you're the lucky one. You're the lucky one this evening, man. I'm telling you, you gotta wait, because everybody was waiting on the edge for this interview. So Kaila, we're just looking at your facial expression, but but I know it would have been a good one. Yeah, I would never have shown one that that wasn't well done. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure she's gonna remember. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's gonna remember. Let me try it again. I specifically
this guy is bad, guys.
There we go.
Yeah.
Gotta have that to be a good athlete. Gotta be determined.
Yeah, it's
yeah, he's trying pretty hard. But
yeah, she's I thought I was good at this here.
She's using the charm effect, Ian.
Yeah. Share audio here. If it doesn't go in there, that means it's not gonna go. Yeah. Caleb.
Yes.
Oh, here it guys. Just gotta hit the play. I just gotta hit the play button now.
Okay, we're here with Kaila and Barber. Finished second today at USA Junior Nationals in the 400 hurdles. Tell us about your race.
Well, I knew I had to go out strong because I don't have the best kick anymore. So went out really hard, and then obviously the girl passed me at the end, but it was just to see how long I could go before I got tired.
And how was that time for you?
I actually don't know my time.
About 58, I believe.
I mean, I'm happy with it. I've gone faster before, but just to qualify is fine with me.
So you're headed off to Barcelona to represent Team USA. How's that feel?
Awesome. I really, really wanted this bad, so to get it, it's a dream.
And how's your Spanish?
It's tricky, but I can understand some.
We'll practice up a little bit and enjoy your time in Barcelona. Nice job.
Thank you so much.
Hair straight. My hair was straight.
All right. All right, Kaila. So Kaila, can you? It's a long time, but
You know, that wasn't that
to
bad.
actually, to have your first experience going on to represent Team USA over in Barcelona, what was the whole experience like? I didn't know if you traveled to Europe before, but just bring us back a little bit, what you could remember to the best of your ability.
Okay. Yeah. That I'm going overseas. Let me put it up here. Like ever. It was really fun. I think the scary because I had to fly from Cleveland to I don't know, Philadelphia by myself, and then I didn't. And I mean, I was only like 19 at the time, so I was still pretty shy. And to see it was just athletes in the airport. I didn't know any of them, and I just knew that they were fast. So I just kind of sat there like, not making friends really at first. I think it was a good experience for my first international meet because they were really organized with things. They had a bus system, and it was fun meeting other international athletes. I mean, some of the people I still have on Facebook and Instagram. It was just, the whole thing was really fun. I think it gave me the travel bug. I love traveling because of that meet.
All right, excellent. So Jade, what were you're thinking then? I know you started out, I guess you said your first year you was injured a lot, so being Caleb, been gone over the World Junior and went to USA. How you was able to, how much did you miss her?
I mean, I don't really know if I missed her. I was definitely jealous that she was there because our parents left to go watch her run. So then I think I just had nothing else to do at home. So I was definitely bored without you. Mom and Dad left. John our brother was doing whatever. So I went to summer school because of that.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. So Kayla, you're have a great freshman year, was able to qualify and, doing that, So just going to summarize, we're going to just move along and just going to summarize pretty much the collegiate career. So Jade, what were some of your best races, what you could remember, biggest accomplishment just running? What was some of the things you remember running? Most fun times you could say, oh man, those were the days, running for Notre Dame.
I guess my sophomore year. I ended up placing at the indoor national meet, the 60 hurdles. I didn't realize I didn't realize I was fast. So it was nice to see that I was good. And then that same year, in 2013, I went to the World University Games for the 4x1 and the 100 hurdles. 100 hurdles didn't go as well as I wanted to, but the 4x1 took second. And then I guess the next meet that stands out was when senior year at outdoor NCAAs, I took fourth. I ran like my PR. It was exciting to see a time that was under 13, like a 1285 pop up next to my name was just mind-boggling for me. I only ran 14.4 in high school, so that's really stuck out in my mind.
All right, awesome. Well, that's really good. So the sophomore year, I mean, Jade, Kaila, you went to the World Junior. Now Jade went to the World University game. So how was your summer? Did you miss her?
I did. I went to public school that summer. And the outdoor season before summer, I had redshirted because I had something with my shins. My whole team competed without me, and then Jade went overseas to compete. Board, but yeah, I was really jealous.
All right. Back over to you, Ian.
All right, guys. I know I went out for a little bit there, a little technical difficulties, but I may miss a little, but so I'm gonna jump back into the game here. From what I see, you guys just have a fun-filled life, living together all these years. I can just see the love, the sisterhood. You guys just don't want to be separated by any mean. Even for a track meet, you miss each other, and that is so good about it. That you guys have that relationship. All right. So, in terms of motivating each other, how do you guys, go for that inspiration? Say you guys have a race coming up, you're in separate events, how do you guys motivate each other? What do you tell each other?
Well, if she's gonna, I have to win because that she can't outdo me that day for starters. I'm not going to be outdone, and then it's with me. And what do you do before the race to me usually? Going to win. This is all we're getting into blocks. I'll hear her wherever she's at, telling me how she's about her heels before we race. And that happened. It's happened one time. So she just talks smack
to Jade before races, which I think motivates her to do better. So I'm helping her.
So we're very competitive, even if we're not. If we're racing against each other, we're very competitive. And even if we're doing a different event, we refuse to be outdone by the other. Yeah. So.
Great. And other than each other, where do you guys go for your inspiration?
Honestly, I hate to lose more than I'd like to win. But I hate the feeling of losing, and I've lost a lot, so it motivates me to push myself harder. It's just there's something about competing that I love. That's all the motivation we need. Just compete and to.
All right.
We need a lot of outside factors to motivate us. Yeah. Just like competing that much.
All right, so I don't want to get too far. We forget about the other sports. I just see it, because I said today is the first time I'm talking to you guys, but I also see where you guys do volleyball and basketball. How about these two sports? Are you guys very competitive there too?
Not anymore. They're my favorite. Volleyball, I think, is my favorite sport. I'm not the best at track, but if I would have been better at volleyball, I probably would have stuck with volleyball. It's just so much fun. I love it.
Are you able to spike?
It's so much fun just slapping the ball down and being aggressive, I suppose. You can't be aggressive in track.
I have to do this to stay in shape and to socialize with people, but for me, it worked out that I was good at track because I definitely love hurdling.
Oh, hurdling is great. But there's something about a volleyball.
How about the basketball?
Basketball was fun. That was one of your favorite sports.
Friendships and stuff in track, but track is a real individual thing. It's like if you're not doing a relay, it's just you and yourself in that lane and you go. But in basketball, you have 4 other people to depend on and plays. It's just a completely different sport.
And we did you did one cross country race because I didn't really do volleyball season of cross country and it was awful. I walked a lot. I felt bad because I knew that I had, because it's still a team sport for cross country, and I just felt like I was letting my team down. I wish I could have done soccer. Mom wouldn't let me. She told me in track. She was right. She was afraid we'd get hurt in certain sports. So we were approved to do cross country, volleyball, and basketball. That was it.
Great. All right, Ian, take it back.
All right. So back over. I think that it's Jade's turn. I've been working on trying to get this thing hard. But I'll give you a few seconds to to get serious. So Jade, so obviously, you talk about your track career. Your senior year, you made it to the NCAA. You finished 4th place, and so I want to just move on to your professional career. I know that you have tried out for the 2016 Olympics. You have qualified for the trials, and I believe you have, you did great for your first experience. I know what motivation, what did you actually, how did that leave you in 2016, knowing that that was your first opportunity, but knowing 2020 was going to be 4 years, you're going to be stronger, you're going to be more mature. How was the mindset? What was your plan looking towards 2020 Olympics?
Well, I just remember after the race, I was definitely heartbroken that I didn't do better at trials, but I was extra motivated for 2020 because I knew I'd be young enough to still compete. So my game plan was just to focus on okay, my strength. At that point, I have a bad start, so I knew I needed to start working on that. And over the years, it's gotten a little better. And I knew I needed to be stronger in the weight room. So that's something that I've improved on. So I guess it was a good time to reflect on my weaknesses, so that I could be the strongest possible in 2020. But unfortunately, things got bumped back a year.
All right, excellent. All right, so now that since we talked about that, I'm going to bring you back now, Jade. To we're still going to go to 2021, so just able to watch this video. I guess this could just remind yourself of some of the promise you made to yourself, that you want to be ready for 2020. And we should be good to go once I hit the play button right now.
Well, anything in the rain when it's this heavy, it's not really ideal. And we all had to race in it. And I wasn't expecting to have rain and a headwind. It happened. It's over. So.
Jade, you look really good for this first Yeah. Mike was saying, especially from like 3, 4, 5, I thought rhythm looked really good and gaining relative to the field. We talk about the back half. You had such a good back half of the race. How about today? Just some comments.
I was a little too focused on trying to make the first half of my race better instead of just worrying about getting from point A to point B.
Sure.
So from now on, I'll just do that. The whole thing is just a part of it.
Okay. And one more question. We ran unattached here. What's next on your schedule then? Where do you go from here after the trials?
I don't know. I take one thing at a time, wherever, I guess.
Are you thinking about sticking around South Bend, keep training?
Yeah, I'm going to stay in South Bend. Everyone's very supportive there. My sister, so I'll be happy there.
And you, 4 years from now, maybe again?
I'm planning on being back in 4 years. So count on that.
All right, we'll let you warm down.
All right, Jade. So you actually made a good testimony. I know that you know, yeah, you wasn't happy about your performance, but you know, again, you was young enough. You was like, this is my first shot. You're gonna be back in 4 more years. How is it? What are you doing to make this 2021 different? How much things have changed? You know, where you feel like you have made progress and you're gonna be better prepared this time.
Well, we have a new coach because it was time to I guess, go somewhere newer. Fresh eyes, see things that my old coach was used to seeing. So I noticed the past 2 years, we've been focusing on different parts of my technique that were a little weaker. And a warm environment now. So it's like year-round, nicer weather. We get I guess we have better practice buddies now down south to run. So I guess the biggest change would just be practice is more competitive. And it's just for coaching towards improvements.
Can you just share with us where are you currently training and who is your coach?
Yeah. We're training at the University of South Carolina. We're both under Coach Kareem now. He was the coach of Janae Deloach. I don't know. I think I know she medaled in the Olympics in long jump, but she also was a phenomenal 1600 hurdler. And then he just sent Waddlin and another girl that was originally training here to the World Championships for the 400. Waddy actually went like 49.64 in the 400. So it's like a completely different caliber right now of people that we're training with.
All right. So awesome. So Kaila, just before I get one more question in, just tell me a little bit about since you're leaving college, you know, knowing that I believe 2020 would have been your first tryout for the Olympics. How is your preparation going, and how are you feeling about everything?
I was disappointed. I'm actually really excited for this year. I've been working a lot on what I'm eating. I'm slowly slimming down to what I should have been years ago. I think it took me leaving South Bend to realize that I wasn't giving it my all in every area of my life. And so now here, I've been doing a lot more stuff with, unfortunately, I have been doing more cardio and endurance stuff, which is not my favorite thing at all, but I need it for the 400 hurdles. So I've been doing a lot of endurance stuff, but I've also been doing a lot more accelerations, which will help me in my race. So it's just now these last few months, it's the little things that I generally don't always have the time to work on that I'm focusing on now.
All right. Awesome. 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 All right. Well, I am. Yeah. I want to wish you all the luck with all the adjustment and all the changes. And we're just waiting to see the results. Next year. Over to you, Ian.
All right, guys, let's go back to Jade. All right, I can see you guys are pretty focused, on your career path, and you guys are putting in the work. So, Jade, I don't know if it's gonna be different, but what is your why? Because you're doing the work. There gotta be a reason why.
Why? I absolutely love training and I love to compete. I'm one of my day is training. And then when I have a competition, I get like the jitters. I'm so excited. Like the week.
Uh, I think we had a little pause moment there, but we're gonna move over to you, Kayla. The same question, what is your why that pushes you to be your best?
I love competing. I love going out there and just all that energy that I have, just letting it go and running. And there is something about an adrenaline rush right before the race. I don't know what that is, but that feels great. I guess I'm an adrenaline junkie. That's the best way to put it. I love that feeling.
All right.
Yes.
So with that, I'm gonna go into look at interrogation now. So take away the tracks. We're gonna see if I can figure a little bit more about you guys. Take away the track. Who would you say Kayla is away from the track? For our viewers, who is Kayla?
I'm a really big gardener. I'm weird. I love gardening. Ian knows this. Ian without the E. I send him pictures of my random plants that I have from time to time. What else? Nature stuff. I love hiking and camping. I went to the Grand Canyon 2 years ago and I camped there for like 4 days.
Wow.
I don't know. I think when I'm done with track, I would like to do conservation stuff, helping people to make sure they know how to recycle and what to recycle, and so that people understand that everything that we do has an impact on something else. So I guess without track, I'm a nature person, very much so.
So you believe in green sustainability, basically.
Yes.
Okay, so you could run a campaign for that,
Maybe I will.
All right, Jade. Who are you outside of track and field?
Well, I guess this is where Kayla and I are different. I'm not one for gardens. I like the food that comes from them. So I love living with Kayla when she does that because I like to cook. I like to cook. I like to bake. So I like learning things. So right now I'm learning Hungarian, which has been very enjoyable. She's been doing it too. Pretty fresh with learning. I do like to travel outside of track. I recently engaged, so my fiance, I'm hoping that we can do some traveling. I don't really know what to say about I'm still going to want to be involved with the track world, maybe consider coaching or a job that will allow me to be involved with track somehow.
Yeah. All right, you should not have gone down that lane, Jade. You should not have gone down that lane about dating. Okay, so and all that stuff. So because you're on the show, we give you the minute to just give a shout out to your fiance and just Kayla, you're gonna be in trouble, Kayla, because this is gonna be the time when she's gonna leave. This is the only moment that she may have to leave you, you know? So anyway, could you just tell us a little bit about that special person who have managed to win your heart?
Oh, for me? Okay, so it's another.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna ask them to go out and come back in, you know.
Yeah.
Kale, I'm Jade.
Oh.
I don't know, you know, we really want this we don't want to miss anything in this, but I don't know if it would be good if you guys go out and come back in. But when it comes down to family, you know, I really love the family part of it. You know, what do you think, Ian?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Yeah. So what you guys
we're having a little break.
We're gonna be live, but you're just gonna go back out and see if your Wi-Fi is going between your phone and the Wi-Fi or something, and come back and let us see if we have a better feed. But in the meantime,
okay, we'll be right back.
Yeah. All right. So me and Ian, we'll be here till you guys get back because we ain't going nowhere. Okay, Ian. Good going.
Yeah. So there's.
Yeah. So you know more about Jade and Kayla. So can you tell us anything in terms of you, Jade, Kayla, how you guys get to know each other and so forth until they get back?
Well, as I said, fortunately for me, I was lucky enough to meet actually meet Kayla first. You know, I was at the U.S. Championship and was able to actually talk to Kayla and talk to her current coach. And you know, just out there, just watching the race. I mean, and I'm always watching the 400-meter hurdle, and you know, just came across, and you know, so I just gave coach my card and said, look, if you're, you know, if after college, because she was still in college, if she's want to continue her career, just reach out. So yeah,
I think they're back.
Yeah. Oh, let me add her back here. Yeah, let me add her back. Yeah.
I think we're gonna move spots because it might be a little better for Wi-Fi.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You know, just,
we're hearing you though. Good.
Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Jade.
Yeah.
All right. So we're down to the love life story now, you know. You should have gone down that lane. You did, okay? So I give you the moment to just give a shout out, as I said, to your fiance, and just what did you see in him that really allow him to try and start sneaking you away from Kayla?
Okay, well, his name is Chris Easting. We went also very fast. But he was just kind of annoying and just annoyed me. And he's not annoying anymore, of course. And yeah, I guess he was just really persistent, and I liked that. But it worked. Yeah. You want to know about him, or that's why I'm like.
You know, I just gotta trigger Kayla now because Kayla probably getting a little sad that you know you may be going away from her. Anyway, just kidding. But anyway,
Yeah.
Kayla, I know you guys been together forever, you know, and how does this like affect a relationship between sisters when you know sisters start dating? And I know probably each of you is dating and so forth, but now you don't have that sister time together as you used to. You know, somebody cutting in, does it affect the relationship any at all?
I think it's actually a good thing for us because we don't fight as much together 24/7. So when she hangs out with him and it's like, all right, I have my own alone time now because they're off going on a
You third wheel every day. Don't let her fool you. She loves it because if we're going on a date, she's going on a date. So she'll be like, oh, what movie are we watching tonight? So it's always what are we having for dinner? So we put the food in the middle of the table because, yeah, that's our dating life. But then if her boyfriend's in town, so yeah,
we bring her back stuff if she asks, like sushi.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you go again, Ian. We're having still a freezing moment though, but I tell you, this interview is gonna be so much fun, man. We gotta talk off the air.
All right.
Yeah,
Yep.
back to you.
Yep. I'm just gonna go back because I've got all my stuff here set up, but for some reason, as I said, I lost some of my highlights, thing. But so yeah, I want to show another video of you guys actually racing together. So that's gonna lead up to my question. I know you guys. I want to know what is it like. If you guys look at each other, or if you like, come on, Kaila, come on, Jade. So we're gonna show this. Was a meet that was over in Belgium last year. That yeah, I think you guys gonna enjoy it. Jade told me she want to go back here.
Belgium?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
I do
This-
There's a lot.
Yeah, this one is a lot, but this was one of the.
We zijn met de record van 05 van Sharona Bakker. Wordt het Jade Barber of wordt het Kaila Barber? Jade Barber aan de leiding. Gaat onder de 13 seconden. 12:71.
Was it the Netherlands?
I just know that Jade.
Yeah, I think it was so quick. But this was one I think around 12:09.
Yeah.
12:09 to 4 somewhere. Kaila actually surprised herself and ran. After not doing much training, for the shorter hurdles, she was focusing on the long hurdles pretty much for the entire season. She did qualify for the trials in the 100 hurdle, but to get to what we would like to find out, just tell us about your experience traveling to Europe. What you have learned from traveling to Europe and competing in these countries. That you could actually use in your regular life. What this has meant to you.
Well, real quick about the race we just. There was another set of twins in that race.
Oh. Yeah.
They were identical.
Yeah.
I think that traveling, it's really made us flights get canceled and you miss connections and this and that. So we have become more of a go with the flow. And I think that with all the travel and track, we've had to work on our communication skills a lot. Because yes, you can go to a place and they might speak some English, but just because they know English doesn't mean that they know all the words for track and all the words associated with it. So we've become a lot more, I guess we talk with our hands a lot more when we go overseas, and just body language to be able to communicate, since there is that language barrier. Something else that we picked up on is that we've started to look into other cultures when we're traveling about what's appropriate. So that we found to be really important if you don't want to stand out when you go new places. So yeah, we want. When you're only in the U.S., you just assume everything's the same. But by traveling, you realize, like, oh, maybe you can't wear those short to this restaurant, or you can't wear those flip-flops. So that's been good. It's just been a learning experience.
All right. Excellent. So let's talk about competitiveness. I know we've talked about it, but who would we say who's most competitive?
It depends.
On the track.
I don't know about who's more competitive, but I know that Jade is more aggressive, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm like, am I going to get you? We are not friends while we are racing. I don't know you. You are the enemy. Afterwards, we could be all smiley. During those 13 under seconds, Kayla's the enemy. I gotta beat Kaila.
Okay.
It's just so hard to be aggressive.
All right. It's hard to figure out about competitiveness because, as I said, I consider myself a competitive person, but some people might say I'm easygoing. So it just all depends on what they consider competitive. For me, but with that said and done, I'm just gonna keep it going. And just trying to get some more in. So you guys just been obviously, trying to do your career. I know that, just trying to train and work and trying to do everything on your own. What challenges do you come across just trying to be a professional athlete?
That I've noticed is when we're traveling and going home is other people don't always respect the time that we have to set aside meets, and they don't always understand our schedules for our work because we both work from home. So people work, and then you have training. You can skip that, right? So that's been a little.
Yeah.
I cannot miss training, and I cannot miss going to weights.
Okay. All right. So definitely in terms of the challenges, you're saying people don't not understanding. So what's your drive then? What's drive you every day? Like when you're sleeping and you get up and you're like, man, I feel like tired. I don't want to go to training. What one thing that you really want to accomplish that drive you to say, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try to do it?
I think the feeling. So I daydream a lot, and I daydream specifically about like a race and feeling because I get a little adrenaline when I daydream about my race. And that feeling kind of pushes me to do what I need to do at practice because I know that if I to do now, I won't have that race that I'm looking forward to in 2021 if I can't get my stuff together today. It's a nice little getaway. Daydreams.
All right. And before I put you over the end, what motivates you the most about what motivates you? What you use as motivation the most of just trying to be a professional athlete? Any particular thing that I know for me, I wanted to make money. Sorry. I wanted to make money to provide for my family, and do things. So, I wanted to give myself a best shot. But I just said it changed from time to time. It wasn't like that all the time. But when I started out, that's it. But what one thing that motivates you guys?
I know that if I don't compete well, I can't travel. And I love everything about traveling and going overseas and, being tired, but talking to your friends that live in Finland and it's just about the connections you make. I love that. I love it. So much fun.
Yeah. With her, I get up to train because I hate not being invited to a meet or being accepted in, and then I see the times and knowing I could have ran that time, and then I missed out on seeing friends, so I hate missing out on opportunities. So I up and work hard.
Okay. All right, over to you, Ian. Are you okay with the audio? Or you want to try something else?
No, I'm good. Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know who I'm gonna start with. So, Jade, I'll start with you. Quick, cause as I hear Kaila, you're the most in terms of aggression of the two, right? You hear me, Ian?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
All right. So I'm talking about the aggression, and I'll just go back to talking to my mother earlier and coming back to being twin. She said her sister was the most aggressive of them both, right? So what she said, she was very protective. If anybody messed with them, she's ready to go. So is that the same thing with you guys? If somebody like step on one toe too hard, you're the one to go, Jade. You take the charge.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah, I always tell people that no one's allowed to be mean or disrespectful to my siblings besides me, and even then, it's not okay. So, yeah, I'm the first one to jump in for either my siblings, especially for my sister.
All right.
Welcome.
Yeah. Can you take us back to one of those childhood moments when somebody probably had done something that you guys kind of remember that stand out?
Mm-hmm. Sister, but with my older brother, hard. He's very laid back, and there's just a time I went to college part-time in high school, and there was a random student at the college who was mean to my brother for no reason, and I guess I put my foot down. I don't remember what I said, but she left the room crying, so it was bad of that, but I guess she was a mean person in general because people applauded. They were so happy that she left because she was just that miserable to be around. And it was a lecture hall, and she made sure that she sat where I couldn't see her, and every day after that she ran out of the classroom so I wouldn't have to cross paths with her because I was tired of her being mean to my brother.
Okay.
Otherwise, I didn't really speak in that class. The one time I talked.
All right, Kaila. Thank you there, Jade. Kaila, to you, I'm gonna see if I could drag your memory. Can you tell us one of the sweetest thing your sister have done for you?
The sweetest thing. Sweet. Oh, you know what was kind of sweet of her? I mean, she does a lot of very nice.
I see too much.
I was in Ohio for a few months, and I had planted stuff in South Carolina that was starting to die, and she took it upon herself to water my stuff without me asking her. She wanted my things to be alive when I would return, but I mean, she feeds me randomly, and she'll bring me treats and stuff. And once for our birthday a few years ago, she bought like the party. Very nice.
I guess I give gifts of food.
She gives gifts of food for me. It's very sweet.
Yeah. All right. How about returning the favor, Jade? What can you remember that stand out about Sister Kaila doing for you?
Okay, so I know that if it was like a life or death situation, this will tie into how it's sweet. I know Kaila is the person I need to have. She will do whatever I need, no questions asked. So, like, I recently hurt my knee. It's no big deal. I need ice. Kaila's got you. doesn't matter like what time of day it is. So I think it was the other night I texted her like, hey, can you bring up some ice? And she brought my phone charger, and I was like, that was nice because she like thought to do that. So Kayla's just, if you ever need something, she'll do it. No questions asked. Phase 2. She's super sweet. Like, you're the best.
Look at you guys.
Or she'll like, if I'm sad, she'll like bake a dessert that I like, which I'm not sad very often, but she'll do it. She's that kind of person.
Oh. All right. All right. You guys, man, it's just fun watching you guys there. Quick question now. I'm getting more challenging now. So both of you guys know each other for years, spend all your life basically together. Kaila, if there's one thing you could change about Jade, what would that be?
There's one thing that I could change about Jade. You know, wow, it didn't take very long. It's just one thing that, and my mom does the same thing. And I wake up in the morning. I'm not a morning person, and Jade will have a full conversation with me, and my eyes won't even be open yet. And she just keeps talking, and she does not pick up on my body language. That's the only thing I would change, is that she would let me wake up for 30 minutes before she would talk to me. It's like a full conversation, and I can't handle that. That's the only thing.
Oh, that's so sweet of you guys. No, Jade. You look at Kaila. You had a little more time to evaluate quickly. What is it that you're gonna change about Kaila now, Jade? What would you like to change if you had one thing to change?
I don't know if there's necessarily something I would change. It can be, okay, the only thing she does that can be frustrating, maybe it happens in the mornings when I'm talking to her when she doesn't want me to. She'll talk and respond to the conversation, but not actually be paying attention. And then she'll tell me we never talked about something, or she'll just forget to go do something. She has a whole conversation with me and does not recall. So that's the only thing, is I guess you're listening sometimes. I'll work on being quiet in the morning.
Man, you guys are really fun to be around. I can see that. I can see why Ian would like to be around you guys and have you guys in a part of his circle there. And so I see the laughter, I see the fun. So I'm gonna step it up one more notch again. All right. Between you guys over your lifespan, what would be like a tearful moment for both of you guys? Because I see you guys laugh a lot, but is there at any point there was a tearful moment for you both?
Tearful.
I can't think of it.
A sad moment, sad moment in your life, both of you guys, anything.
I guess the saddest moment would just, be like when there's a loss in the family, but we've never actually, besides that, we haven't had any sad moments with each other. We're pretty happy in the Barber household.
Anyway, back to Ian again. You guys rock. That's all I know.
Thank you.
Ian is scratching his. Look out, guys. He's going for it.
All right, so back, I give you back to the track. So tell me something good you guys always do after a good performance. What's something that you normally do? Go ahead, Kaila or Jade, anyone. Yeah, what you normally do after a good performance?
There's a barbecue place by here. And sometimes if we have a bad meet, we go there as well. But if we have a good meet, we also go there because the food is phenomenal.
But not for average.
Not for average meats. Just like a really, really bad meat or a really, really good meat. Yeah. And if we're overseas, we'll eat dessert.
Yeah, we'll have dessert.
Okay. All right. So now that we're talking about that, just over the years, there's any particular meet that you love, that you just enjoy going, and you could name about two or three. I don't want to put any one particular one.
My favorite place that you've ever sent us is by far because it's so different than everything else. It's different than Europe. It's different than America, and they have like, and they have a castle in the city. It's very cool. It's very different. I love it, and the food is phenomenal.
Yeah, we missed the country. Went out. What? Where was that?
Japan.
Oh, Japan. Okay.
It's so wonderful. Yeah. Oh my. And then was it Leo's our translator there, and he took us the last time we were there. We went through downtown Hiroshima, and we went like thrift shop. We went to the Dollar Tree, but their version of it. We bought all these chopsticks and stuff, and it's just it's different. It's fun.
All right. Well, that's good to know that you guys, I fortunately, I Japan is one of my favorite. Also, I ran in Japan every single year. It doesn't matter what. I'm always waiting for a call, and I'm like, yep. I don't want to know what I'm getting paid. I just, I want to go. I enjoy going. It makes me feel good. I used to like going to Zagreb in Croatia because of the just a little different. It's always a little warm there, so they got a nice hotel and the food. So sometime you're in Europe and you want a little break, I'll go to the meet just to rejuvenate. Just I love France, but there does not have my favorite food. Food. As you might know, when you talk to people in the islands and in different countries, food is a big thing. Food and weather. They always talk. What about the food? Oh man, everybody want to know where can we get some food? And then in France, you get these all day. You go and just go. All this food is cold. You make all these sandwich, but the thing is, it's a great country. Really love it. I eat a lot of bread and butter there, uh, because of eating a lot of bread. So that just might say. So next question, and I want to try to see you guys' difference in terms of race day dynamics, race day preparation. You don't have to give out any secrets to any of your competitors, but do you have any special routine that you go to for your race day?
Well, we have the same routine.
You want to tell it?
I think we nap most of the day before the race. Hours. So we get a full, I guess, 9+ hours of sleep at night. And then we wake up, we eat, then we nap, then we wake up, we shake out, we eat, and then we nap, and then we really like food and sleep. So then we wake up, have a snack, we'll just, I guess, do our hair so it's not fuzzy. We don't bother with makeup. So then we just put on our uniform and go to the meet. We don't really talk to a lot of people at meets, but we don't have a problem being social. But that's still before a race.
I always eat gummy bears right before I run. Always.
And we're in Japan, and I look over, and we're about to walk into the stage handing out gummy bears to other athletes because they wanted gummy bears. I didn't know she brought that with her to the call area, but she was gummy bears for people.
All right. So we know if we should ever be at any track meet, then anybody lacking any sweets or anything,
I'll leave them.
I know who to send them to. Yeah. That. Okay. All right. We get one more question in before I go over. So I'm pretty sure who's the early bird? Who's the early bird? I think it's Jade. I take that back.
But I sometimes, like the other day, I woke up at 7 in the morning for no reason and couldn't fall asleep. But sometimes I'll sleep till like noon.
We get a lot of sleep.
We sleep a lot. But Jade is a morning person more so than I am.
Yeah. I figure because, as I said, she's already, ready to tell you a whole story in the morning. All right. Just I want to touch base with, well, let me put you over to Ian, and then
No, man, go with that.
Okay.
They're waiting on that question.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
Let's talk about some of the things you guys, when you're not running, not training, not doing anything, what other things do you guys like to do? Are you a pet person? Are you, what? Tell me a little bit about,
We are huge pet people. In fact, hold on. My cat's not very she's camera shy, but Kayla's cat. This is my cat.
Hey. All right. What? You got to share can you share the name with us?
This is Squash. She's so cute.
All right.
Patches, and then we have another cat named Zucchini.
Wow.
So
Zucchini.
Yes.
All right.
So we hang out with their cats. She gardens. I cook, and we go on a little adventure randomly somewhere.
All right. So where this passion came from? What was the turning point? For you to fall in love with the cat.
Well, I think not like cat.
No.
She'll just sit here for hours snuggling.
Wow.
I think, we've always had pets growing up. But even like I had fish. One time I had I think I was I don't know. They fed into my love for pets. I'd have toads, frogs, all of that.
All I know is our dad would take us to the pet store and just say, "Tell your mom it was on sale," and we would come home with a pet. So we've always liked pets.
All right. That's awesome. So did just growing up, how did this work out with John?
John's not really a pet person, but I don't know. He
kept to himself.
Yeah. We were like the annoying siblings because we were 3 years young.
We could definitely be annoying siblings.
All right. Well, welcome. We're happy for Zucchini to be on the show. All right, over to you.
Well, guys, it is so much fun. I love cats, and surprisingly, and I was given a job to take care of cats. I have a lady who, and I met her husband. I care for her husband as a nurse, and they had a little cat that become a part of her life. Somebody found the cat, bring the cat home, and actually she cared for that cat, and I just watched the cat grow, and it was such joy. But then whenever she would go up to like Wisconsin and so forth, she said, "Ian, you go over and you take care of the cat." Now, I will go over and I'll have so much fun with this little cat. It's like they actually understand you more than you think. I'm like, whoa, this is amazing, because I was more into dogs. My father used to have dogs, but then I realized the cat was just come up on you and he cuddle up on you. I'm like, what is this? And it was just so much fun. And I just looking at your cat just bring back the memory. I still go and look for her, but due to the COVID, I've not been able to go see Miss Marsha that much. And that little cat, Muffin, go see Muffin. You know,
That's such a cute.
yeah, it's a cute little cat, man. I should have some photos here, but you know, and it was just fun. Anyway, I want to go back to somewhere I see that is you guys passion, and it seems like the kitchen food. You guys mentioned food, and everybody seems like a bulb just goes off there. Kayla, come back here, Kayla. Food.
She's jumping off my lap.
Okay. All right. You dessert. Your favorite dessert, and you just mentioned that's your favorite part of eating out, I guess.
I don't know. Maybe like sweet potato pie. I suppose it's a good dessert. I don't know. Sweet potato pie.
Is that your favorite?
I don't know what my favorite dessert is.
She likes all dessert.
But I don't like pies that are like strawberry pie, whatever, cherry pie, right? That's a thing. I don't like fruit pies.
Well, I like sweet stuff. Whatever it is, if even ice cream, bring it on. Sweets. That's my only problem I have. Sweet stuff. Jade, you know, I realize you love the kitchen, and here you're the cook, you're the chef. What's your favorite meal to prepare in the kitchen?
I like trying new things. Is there a go-to when I make a lot? I don't think there's a go-to. Like tonight, I made this cheese ravioli with bell pepper, spinach, shrimp, mushrooms. I made like a little cream sauce to go with it. And then for dessert, I made a cake. So I just wanted to try something new. So I just do random things.
Can those cheesecake and the sweet stuff be shipped to Florida?
Maybe. Could be arranged.
And I'll take the leftovers when it comes to sweet stuff. You know, I really like sweets on a whole. It's just like that. That's just me, you know, when it comes on to sweet stuff. So, you know, it is good to see that, you know, you guys, you know, have so much fun. One love cooking inside the house. No, Kayla, I know Jade is the cook. What house chore do you enjoy doing?
You're the provider of the vegetables.
Oh yeah, I mean technically I bring the vegetables in the house. I'm not really a big house chore person.
You're outdoor.
Yeah, like I forget to wash dishes and stuff all the time. But the outside of our house looks nice. I clean the toilet sometimes. I don't know. I really don't like house chores.
Guess what? All right, I'm gonna go outside now. So you know, even though I'd say that I'm a nurse, but my first passion was agriculture. You know, I basically have a degree in agriculture, so I love farming on a whole. You know, I love going out there, planting that seed, watch it grow, you know, water it, fertilize it, you know. Then when it comes to fruit bearing, the fact that you can pick something or break something and bring it inside the house, I think that's where you get the biggest joy from. So, you know, could you just explain to the audience what it is, what it means to you to just be able to go out and cultivate?
It's just, it makes me feel close to nature that I can, you know, I planted cucumbers, and if I want a cucumber, I can go outside, grab a cucumber right from the vine, wash it, of course, cut it up and eat it right then and there, and it tastes better than the grocery store cucumbers. And I plant stuff I don't even like tomatoes, because I can. It's really fun. I don't know, it's mind numbing at the same time.
It's cool.
It's fun.
You ate tomato tonight?
I ate tomato tonight.
Tomato is good, you know. I see. Kayla, you're probably like me. I be the planter, but I don't like vegetables on a whole. But I've been forced to eat vegetables by my wife. You know, she put a lot of those dressings. I think she tricked me right there. But I just enjoy farming, And now that we're just gonna turn it back to your athletic whole career. I know nutrition plays a big part, but do you guys pay keen attention to the nutrition part of the sports?
Yeah, we just we make a point not to cook certain things or buy certain things at the grocery store. We have a lot of fish, chicken. We don't do a lot of red meat. We usually, because we feel heavier after eating that. We try to have watch. We don't want to make our plates too full whenever we eat. So we try to do more snacks.
So you guys are into small portion, right?
Yes. And then we snack throughout the day.
I realize you ain't leaving out that food, man. I got it. You guys are good. All right, back to you, man.
All right, awesome. So let's see. Okay, we got a little bit of 10 minutes. So let's talk about a little bit about your training. It's easy for me. I used to be a professional athlete, but just for the viewers, some of the young viewers that's watching, just tell us how much training you do. Tell us typically one of the a hard day of the week. How much training do you do?
On my birthday last year, Coach Kareem blessed me. I warmed up. He would make me run a 150 without hurdles. And then he gave me a minute rest. I had to walk to the 300 line. And then he made me run a 250 with hurdles. And I think I had to do that 3 times. And it doesn't sound that bad, but I have never in my entire life felt so awful. I just wanted to die for a minute. It's just, I don't think that it's not a long distance that we're running, but it's the effort that we're putting into each round. I mean, there's some girls that train with us and they throw up at least once a week after training. I wish people realize that just because we sprint doesn't mean that we're not tired. We get tired a lot. Yeah, it's an awful workout.
All right, Jade, just tell me a typical day with you. What's the routine looking like? How many hours do you put in time for a good work for the total workout?
So on Mondays and Wednesdays, we lift. And then the only off day we have is Sunday. On a typical training day, we'll probably start practice at 3 and be done by 4:15. We only hurdle twice a week, but we pack a lot of stuff in a single training session. It's nonstop, warm up, then you'll have some sort of technique acceleration drill, followed by some sort of strength and sprinting. So it might be sleds or med ball tosses with balls that are like heavy. And then after that, you start the workout. So you're already tired going into the workout. So you won't have a lot of reps, but it's going to be hard. And then whenever you're done with the workout, you still have the cool down. So by the time you cool down, your body is hurting.
All right. So yeah, guys, I know how difficult it is. Just on on my memory, I pretty much remember training probably about 4 to 5 hours per day. Including weights. Do about an hour weight room. Hour. By the time hour 15 minutes. Then by the time you warm up for an hour, you know, um, then you do the whole workout, by the time the quint is 4 or 5 hours. And if you got to do massage or chiropractor and ice bath and all of that, it could be a 6 hour day, training. So I know the type of sacrifice. So kind of share with me some of the sacrifice that you're making to do this? What are some of the things that you have to literally give up? Just put on hold and be like, yeah, I'm just gotta make this sacrifice to, pursue my dream.
Going out with friends. We have Saturday night. You can't be out late, so it's best usually just to stay home on Friday night. And then there's no point in going out on Saturday night because then you just wasted your whole training session if you don't get enough sleep or if you drink. So we just have to be really responsible with our time.
And there are not a lot of employers per se that understand how much time track takes, and nobody wants to necessarily hire someone unless you're a substitute teacher type deal, but nobody wants to hire someone that's going to for a month and a half and then come back for 2 weeks to be gone again. So we have to put others like a career, but you also have to put like another career on hold as well until you fit. And you can do both, but you probably won't be as in track if you also do a full-time career. It's just unfortunate, but that's the reality.
All right, excellent. So this is gonna be a little funny question here, fun question that that I just thought that I would like to know. So let's start with Kaila. Kaila, can you share with us like a similarities that you have from your mom? I know that just I know you guys try to figure out the how the makeup is of family. So what's something similar that you say you have from your mom?
From my mom. My mom has told me, just like my dad. I don't know how many similar things I have with my mom.
I don't look alike. That's
a little alike, but her person, like, she hates gardening. She hates getting her hands dirty. She doesn't like pets. She doesn't like the outdoors person.
She doesn't like trash.
She likes track. We have track in common. She likes track and I like track.
Okay.
Otherwise,
yeah.
we're really opposite.
All right. Jade, what similarities you have with your dad?
Nothing. I'm like my mom.
That was my prediction, but I tried to switch it around because I wanted to know what's the difference, So
I'm short like him. That's the only physical thing we have in common. The one thing we both like to drive. He has a 1976 Stingray Corvette. We both like to drive that. So whenever I go home, I get behind the wheel, I grab my mom, and we just go for a drive.
Okay.
My dad used to like to drive that car. So.
All right. Awesome. All right. Back to you, Ian.
Okay, the two fun-loving sisters. So here we are. We hear all the training. We hear all the other fun stuff, the cooking, the gardening. What else do you guys do for fun?
Before COVID, we both enjoy like going besides running. Card game. Love
card games. I don't know.
But since COVID, we've just been staying home, and it's a really exciting day for us. We're not going to practice. We'll drive somewhere and get ice cream. Yeah.
All right. So we have talked all about the tracks and everything, and I'm gonna ask how is this balance working? The tracks and your career path, being a student and aspiring to become whatever you guys choose, as your career path. How are you guys balancing that? Having a little hit.
Yeah. I mean, I've been looking at some jobs around here that deal with conservation, but a lot of the positions are full time, and the time that they would want us to be there is also the time that I practice. So I'm more so just trying to learn more about the environment, so that way.
All right. I think I missed a few things that you say there, but if I get what you're saying, with you guys being so much dedicated towards your athletic career, it is very challenging to really take on a full-time job, really, because there's no one who will understand what it takes to be a world-class athlete in terms of your training schedule, and they will be making the sacrifice for you. It's hard.
Yes.
Okay, I work Monday and Tuesday. I gotta go to that track meet on Saturday. Okay, I gotta go to Europe next month. It's kind of really challenging. So, from what I'm seeing, it would be best if, like, you guys definitely work on something that you have more control, like something that you guys in control of. Whether you work from your fingertip, we know a lot of people working from their fingertip nowadays. You know, online business at their own time, and that's the way I think you guys would have to go if you're gonna continue the part that you're on, because we understand everybody, you still want to bring some money in, but to really be devoted to your athletics career, there have to be a sacrifice. And right now, that seems to be the sacrifice that you're doing. But how hard is it to make such sacrifice?
As long as we're enjoying competing and training, it's not that hard. It feels worthwhile. But I think as soon as we start to, I guess if we ever start to dislike track as much, it will be harder to make those sacrifices.
I mean, we're sacrificing something, a career path now, but we get to go to so many countries every year, and we meet so many people. And like last outdoor season, indoor season, we went to several different countries that were new to both of us.
It's worthwhile because our sacrifice means that we're living other people's. How many people get to travel with their sibling to all these different countries, meet all these different people, make friends, and all these memories? So we're kind of living other people's dreams.
I think you guys are living in your passion, which is good. You're just living a happy life. Just listen to you guys talk. You guys are happy people. And a lot of people, we sell out our life to jobs and so forth. We're not enjoying life. But so far, I can tell you guys are enjoying life. And it is fun to see that, and to see that sisterhood, between you guys, being able to really, spend so much time together and not fighting and hating at each other, but yet still you guys have such a bond and such love. I don't know if that come with the fact that you guys are twin. Is there something there? But in that, I may just ask this quick question. With you guys, have you guys discovered anything between you guys that may help researchers? Because every day they're researching into twin, what it is about twin that could help researchers in terms of being a twin.
I don't know, but I've noticed that we tend to hang out with other twins.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It just kind of happens. Like we train at the university, and the group that we hurdle with and we kind of gravitate to, they're all twins. So their other halves aren't there, but like all the twins are still together. And even at our old school, all the twins were together. So it's something about being a twin. You just want to be close to somebody else.
Yeah, that may be something that researchers may want to know, because I know that's something that they're always looking into. Why are teams? What's the similarity between the twins? What's this? What's that? They want to know so much things. That sometimes you say. That's why I asked you that question earlier in the interview. Because I know so much question coming at you guys. As you say, who's better at this? Who's better at that? Do you guys say things at the same time? Respond. But anyway, I just want to say that we're wrapping up here. That we're very happy that you guys, were able to take it out from your sisterhood time to be with Ian and Ian here. I'm really happy that I get to know you guys, meet you guys for the first time. But it seems like we're family, you know. I can see the love, you know, the energy and the focus that you guys have. You know what you want and you're willing to do what it takes to get there. So I'm just gonna wish you guys the best in your endeavors, and I'll be watching you guys. I'll be stalking you guys Facebook page, I don't Instagram, wherever, just to see the progress, you know. And we'll celebrate with you guys, you know, as you guys go through life. But you know, as I say, just put in the work, and guess what? It will pay off. So thank you guys for being here.
Thank you for having us.
All right, and this is my little summary here. I got two more questions. Do real quick, just ask one of the not who, so Ian could add this on his list. Who's the better driver over there?
Not that she's a better driver. I don't like to be a better driver. I am a professional passenger driver. That's where I like to be. Passenger seat. That's true. She likes to drive. I love driving.
Yeah, I like to drive. It's I'm the type of person. If I'm not driving, I'm not gonna be sleeping either. You know.
You know only the brakes, Ian.
Yeah. All right. So moving on. This is one of my little favorite question here, and I'm gonna let Jade answer this one. I got one more for Kaila, one more for Jade. So Jade, I know that in 2021, you know, I'm checking my mailbox regular. See when I'm gonna get my check. You know, I know that you know, moving towards a family. So talk about, you know, in 10 years from now, you know, retire from track. Where do you see yourself you know, with all that you have in store?
I've seen the invitations yet. They're coming. I was supposed to do that this weekend, but I didn't get around to making them. But in 10 years, I would like to live in North Carolina. We love North Carolina. My mom's side of the family's from there. So, because right now I know my fiance is going to grad school at the University of South Carolina, so we're both hoping to have good jobs and have a house. I don't know if we're gonna have any kids there, but we're definitely gonna have our cat still. Maybe another cat, since Kaila and I have to separate our cats. So that's all I've gotten for my 10-year plan so far.
All right.
But and I've decided Kaila and I are going to be neighbors when we do finally decide to have kids, because it's going to be great.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna make that we're gonna sign off on that. Kaila, you gotta put that on your marriage certificate when you get married, and
gotta live next door.
Make sure you get that on there in writing.
Make it into a contract.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Jade. So Kaila, I want to ask you about what advice would you have for young athletes that just you know, wanted to go to college and be a professional career based on your experience? What advice would you like to share with any young athletes?
I think the main thing is to not be discouraged by, you know, one track meet doesn't define who you are as a person or as an athlete. I know a lot of athletes get in their heads that they have one or two bad races, or even if you have a bad season, that doesn't mean that you yourself can't keep going. I think that you should always enjoy track. Once you start finding it as more of like a job, then you're not going to have what you need. It's not going to be there mentally for you. You have to have fun in track to do well. And what grades? focus on your grades. Don't let your academics slip just so that you can be a better athlete. You should run for so long in your life. At some point, you will have an injury or be too old, and yeah.
Oh, all right. We missed some of it, but it was, I saw you were celebrating. Your hands was up, and it was frozen up there. So I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna sneak in one more question because of that. You know, but I pretty much want to ask you the same question. In terms of your family and you know and things that you'll see yourself where you see yourself. But actually, no. Just to ask you, what was there any challenges you faced? Just I know when Jade wasn't around, but there was any challenges you faced just being a teenager.
Yeah, being a teenager. I think that it's best if what I mean. I would like I was a disaster and I was a terrible teenager. And I think that if I could have and breathe, because the things that I was getting upset about in high school and college, giant thing of water. It didn't make a difference, and it just gave me gray hairs. So just relax.
All right, guys. So just to say that, just want to say thank you again to lend us your Sunday evening. Just to entertain and just to talk and just to share your story and just to know you a little bit more. I think that so often just not just running. Actually people just don't really know who you are because it's run fast and very rarely that only a few people get to interview and just going on and on. So I just really happy that we was able to share this and to learn some more about the Barber Chronicles, Barber Twin Chronicles. Want to make sure I get that right. So we really enjoy talking to you. I really do. Ian seems like he has a ball over there. He's gonna be something that he look like he's gonna go to bed happy.
It was a fun night, guys.
Yes.
It was really good in terms of just coming on here. It's like it's like a Sunday night at the movies.
Yeah.
We just missed the popcorns and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a great evening, and we really enjoy this moment. Fact that you guys could come on here and just share your journey and just to show how focused you guys are, because you guys are actually doing it. You're doing what it takes to become that great next athlete. And you're putting in the work, and the only thing is we just gonna continue to follow, and see the success story later on. So somehow we're gonna bring you guys back on. But I know you guys have so much to offer to the world. If even just the smile and the laughter, even that you guys bring that to the track, trust me, it is well decorated. So love you guys. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you for having us so much. This was fun.
You see, I'm rubbing my hand. I'm getting cold in my own home. This is Florida. It's the weather is bad.
It's hot here.
Yeah. All right, guys. And I said I missed out on a couple of your interviews. There was one. I've got three of them set up. There was one that I wanted to show. That was you guys over in France. Talking interviewing in French, and which was talking about Mondeville, the meet that you guys go to a lot. That was good, but we'll save that for when you guys, we bring you back after the Olympic trials to see how the summer is going. And like I said, we're wishing you all the best in your season coming up. Continue to train hard and stay focused, and all the best, and stay safe, with all the stuff that's going on. I know we didn't talk about any COVID-19, but it's the time was well spent. All right, guys. So take care. Have a great night. All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye. There's Zucchini. Bye bye. Zucchini. Bye bye.
We'll let them know.
Okay. All right. All right. Bye bye. You're in.